Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video we are going to discuss few problems related to the logarithmic inequality, right? So if you're here, I assume that you have watched the previous 6 videos and you are really good with the previous concepts, right? So we'll discuss few questions so that it will elaborate your concepts on logarithmic inequality. And as I've stated, this is really important for CAT and XAT exam. All right. So the first question on our screen is find the range of x, and this is log base 3 x minus 1, and this sign says that it's greater than equal to 2, right? So I would suggest you guys to pause the video and try the question by yourself. Okay. So I assume that you guys have given a good try on this question. So let's see how to solve this. Now, before approaching this question, I assume that you have watched the video again because in the previous video I have discussed the basic and the steps to approach the logarithmic inequality, right? So guys, I hope you remember what was the first step. The first step was checking the domain, right? And how do I check the domain? So if I have this log base a and value b, I know that a cannot be equal to 1, right? And I also know that a and b has to be more than 0. So I just need to check on these parameters, right? Okay, so I know that this base is greater than no it's not 1 and it's also greater than 0, so this is fine. I just need to check the value here. So this is x minus 1 should be greater than 0, right? First step in the process of solving the logarithm is checking the domain. Remember that. Now this says that x is anything but greater than equal to greater than 1, right? So this says that x belongs to 1 to positive infinite. I know that. So I have got the domain, right, under which this log will stands true, right? So what was the next step, guys? The next step was removing the log. Remember that? So I have also discussed this case in the previous video. I hope you guys can relate now. So once I remove the log, what do I get here? This should be x minus 1 greater than equal to 2 to the 3 to the power 2, right? 3 to the power 2. So in this case, when you solve it, you have x minus 1. So after removing the log, what was the third step? Solving the inequality, right? So this is nothing but 9 here, and you get it as x greater than equal to 10, right guys? All right, so if I look into this question, it says that no x is no x belongs to 1 to infinity. So no the x should be between 1 to positive infinite, and here after solving the inequality it says that x should be anything but greater than equal to 10, right? So I know that the last step in the process of solving was taking the common solution, right? So now here it says that it is equal to and greater than 10. So if you put this in a number line, you will see that your answer is, now it answer will include 10 and it will go till positive infinite, right? So this is your final answer. So see, now here that once you know the process, once you know the step by step approach, things are really easy here, right? So this was one of the fundamental question. Let's see the other questions as well. So here is the next question on the screen. Again, I would suggest you guys to pause the video and try this question by yourself once. All right, so I assume that you have tried this question. So this question reads something like this: log base half, this is x square minus 1 greater than equal to log again base half and 3x, right? Remember the first step again. So you need to check the domain. Now I know this is not equal to 0 and this is also more than 0, right? Not equal to 1 and more than 0. So now I'm okay with the base. Now let's see this part in both the cases. So here it should be x square minus 1 greater than 0, and I am checking the other part as well. So 3x should be greater than 0. I know that. So here once I open this up, this is x plus 1, this is x minus 1, and again greater than 0. Fine. So if I put this in number line, I'll get something like this. That should be x belongs to negative infinite to minus 1 and 1 to positive infinite, right? This is now the range I get when I solve this part of it. Now here I see that it should be straightforward, x is greater than 0. Now remember guys, I need to take the common. I need to take the common part of it to check the domain. So in this process I am checking the domain, right? I'm checking up the domain. So what should be my domain here? The common domain which is going to satisfy this entire inequality should be x greater than 0 and this part of it. So if it is x is greater than 0, this part entirely gets removed, and here it should be 1 to positive infinity, right? So my domain here is nothing but 1 to positive infinity. Okay, so I've got the domain, right? What was the next step? Solving the inequality, right? So again, I'll be using this entire space. So okay, so after removing the log, I'll be solving here. So let's do that. So now guys, remember, I have discussed this case in the previous video, right? Where you have, remember, I'll quickly revise if you guys have forgotten. Let's say this is log A, right? And this was X, and log with the same base, A and Y. So this was the case, right? When A was greater than 1, what was the scenario here? X must have been greater than Y, right? And if A is less than 1, in that case, X should be less than Y, right? So in this case, you can see that, A is less than 1, right? You can see that it's half and half, right? So in that case, it will follow the second scenario, right? So once I remove the log, this will end up something like this, x minus 1, and this is less than equal to 3x, right? Okay, now we'll solve the inequality here. This says that x square minus 3x minus 1 greater than equal to 0. So once you solve this, you will get the range, right? Which should be 3 minus root 13 upon 2 and 3 plus root 13 upon 2, right? Okay, so you see that you can also draw this on a number line and see that it will satisfy between these two range, right? So including these two boundaries, right? So I'm getting a lot of things in this question. So I have solved the inequality now, but I know that the solution is going to be the intersection of all, right? So I have the final domain here, right? I have the final solution here, right? But I know the solution, the ultimate solution is going to be common of both, right? So I know that it says that from 1 to positive infinite, but here it's negative. You can see it's a negative, right? So if it's a negative, I cannot have negative to it, because the common part is from more than 1 to positive infinite. So your final answer is going to be x belongs to, I'll be taking 1, and the maximum value is going to be till here. So that's a common part, right? All right, so this is my final answer. I hope you guys have got this, and if you still have a doubt, you can always connect to us. So this is your final standing. All right, so let's see one more question, and we can work upon it together. All right, so here is the third question in the series. So again, pause the video and try this question. All right, so I suppose you guys have given a good try and you have your answers with you. Okay, let's see this question. So I'll rewrite this quickly so that this become really more clear to us. So this is nothing but 5x minus x square upon 6 greater than 0. All right, so once I solve this, I know the first step is checking the domain, so I'll do that quickly. So 5x x square upon 6, and this is greater than 0, right? Okay, so let's solve this. I'm taking x as common here, and x minus 5, the sign will flip here due to x is having the negative part here. So now when I solve this, here x belongs to 0 to 5. So I have got the domain, right? I have my domain. So the next step, by now you should be very thorough with this. The next step is removing the log and solving the inequality. So let's do this second step parallelly here. So this is 5x minus x square upon 6. So this is 2 to the power 0 here. So this is nothing but 1 here. Now, so after solving this, again the sign will flip here due to the variable having negative sign. So let's see how we do this. This is x square minus 5x plus 6 less than 0, and once I solve this, I get x minus 3, and this is x minus 2, right, and less than 0. So now once you put this in number line, you can see straight away that this is 2 and this is 3. You take any number, okay, so sorry, this has to be 2 and this has to be 3. If you take any number beyond 3, you will get all the positive value. If you take any number between these two, you will get the negative part, which satisfies the inequality, right? And if you take any value which is more than or which is less than 2, again you'll get a positive value. So this is my desired portion. So here my final standing is x should belong to between 2 and 3, right? So x should be anything between 2 and 3. Now Let's see the final answer. I have solved the inequality here. So final answer here, it says that it should be between 0 to 5, right? And the final answer says this, it should be 0 to 2 to 3, right? So what is the common part? The common part is this itself, right? So this is my final answer for this question, right guys? I hope the things are really clear. So there's one more video in the series which talk about the problem solving part of linear logarithmic inequality. So do watch that as well for the better understanding. Okay, and for this video, that's all. I hope this has helped you in in problem solving part of the logarithm. And if you need more help with us or from us, do download the Invent app as well. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of free content there. Okay, thank you so much guys.